Hey, how's it going, guys? Domino Paris 21 here, and I'm finally back to bring you guys yet another deck profile of mine. So, of course, the deck I have to present to you guys is my newly updated Dragonic Overlord The End build, featuring, of course, Dauntless Drive Dragon, the ever so awesome new break ride, released in set 11 for English, of course. So, yeah, it's really awesome. This card is really awesome, combos really well with the End. I personally think that these two guys work the best together when it comes to, you know, like what card works best with Dauntless. So overall, the deck has been testing really well for me. I'm really happy with the results that it had turned out for me in a few tournaments I've been to at my locals. So yeah, now in terms of the channel, of course, real quick, guys, I know I've been a little absent in terms of content overall, and just things came up and was a little busy, so it kind of prevented me from getting some content out there for you guys. But I'm gonna have a channel update video to kind of inform you guys what's been going on with me recently. But don't worry, guys, I didn't quit the game. I'm not quitting this channel, and there's gonna be even more videos to look forward to now that we're starting to get all the new sets in. So definitely look forward to that. So without further ado, let's actually get to the deck profile. Oh, and by the way, definitely leave a thumbs up for this little hot Urza Scarlet Orca that my good buddy Joey picked up for me at the New York Regionals. You're gonna be seeing this. You're gonna be seeing this at the beginning of a lot of my videos. So really awesome Orca. Really like it with this pink sleeve too. So yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. So, of course, for your starter, you have your Lizard Soldier Conroe. Conroe, as I always stress and emphasize, he's arguably the best starter for his respective clan. He's ever so reliable, ever so consistent. I really can't imagine playing a Kagero deck without using Conroe. So unless they come out with some new broken starter for Kagero, I'm never gonna replace him. Next up for grade 3s, of course, you have your 4 copies of Dragonic Overlord The End, the OG of Kagero, and the 4 Dauntless Drive Dragon. So with Dauntless Drive Dragon, of course, he is a break ride. So what he does is when you ride a grade 3 Kagero over top of him, the Vanguard gets plus 10,000 for the turn. And when the Vanguard attacks, if the Vanguard did not stand at the end of the battle, you discard 3 cards and stand him up. You don't lose Twin Drive when you do this. So it allows you to essentially get two Twin Drives off the turn you break ride, and you do retain the plus 10,000 as well. You can combo with it combos fairly well with the End, because if you already have the Persona Blast ready for the End, since it does retain the plus 10,000, you can, like, after you use Dauntless skill to stand out the Vanguard, then you can, like, use the End to go after a rear guard to kind of go for the Persona Blast, and then pretty much stand yet again. So you can hit a triple Twin Drive in one turn. Now that doesn't really happen too often, but what I like with these two is that it always gives you a good reliable grade 3 to ride. Because Dauntless, obviously, if you open Dauntless, you have a break ride ready. Or if you open with the End first, I mean, at least you're sitting on the End and you can still continue to pressure your opponent, because the End is still an annoyance to deal with. So either or, they're both very good solid cards, and they both work really well together. So really loving how these guys are working so far. Next up for grade 2s, of course, you have your 4 copies of your Seal Dragon, Hunger Hell Dragon. I don't know why they said dragon twice, but he's just your basic 10k vanilla in a Seal Dragon form, because I am running a few of the new Seal Dragon support for Kagero, which does help benefit this deck. I really like this artwork too. Like, it looks like more of a Hellhound kind of than a dragon. But I don't know. Comment down below if you think one or the other. And then next, of course, for grade 2s. You have your 4 copies of your Seal Dragon Corduroy. A very interesting card for Kagero. What he does is you counterblast 1 Steel Dragon in your damage zone, and you retire any of your opponent's rear guards, and then your opponent can check the top 4 cards of his deck and Superior Call a grade 2 from there. Essentially, at worst, you usually try to go after their boosters, and at worst, it can be a break-even play, but I'd rather my opponent to have a grade 2 than a grade 1, because in the long run, grade 1s are more needed. So your opponent can push back at you, and especially a lot of times, I mean, half the time my opponents end up whiffing on it anyway, so it's like a counterblast 1 for a +1, so really amazing card for this deck. Then you have your 3 Nehalem. Oops, sorry. 3 Nehalems, just more 10k beats. I was trying to play Berserk Dragons in the deck, but it got a little too awkward Especially, I found myself that I really do want to keep as much open counterblast as possible to reserve for Corduroy, and when I'm trying to push with the end. So Berserk Dragons was a little awkward to play, so, you know, 10k boost, more 10ks are just a lot more stable and consistent anyway, so you can never go wrong with that. And then for grade 1s, you have your 4 Perfect Guards, the Seal Dragon Perfect Guards. I'm definitely going to miss playing my Bahris, but of course you need more Seal Dragon targets for your special counterblast with Corduroy. But I really like the artwork on this. Looks really, really cool. And I like that it does drive the Perfect Guard price down, which Bahris, of course, you know, were so high for so long. So it makes these more affordable for everyone. The next, this is a little weird to some people, but I am running 3 copies of the Seal Dragon Flannel. He's just your special K clone for Seal Dragons. Now, of course, Dauntless Drive in the end are not Seal Dragons, but he allows me to get some early beats in, since he's a good 10k attacker if I ride a grade 1 and or 2 Seal Dragon. So it's a nice good for early game pressure, and the 7k booster is still always very solid. So I'm really loving this card a lot. And of course, you know, I can always Conroe into this early if I feel like, if I really want to get some early beats in. So really good solid card I like. And then, of course, you have your 3 copies of Seal Dragon Kersey, not Kersey. But he's really good. He's basically a free Gojo, because when you call him in the rear circle, you can, if your opponent has a grade 2 Vanguard and or rear guard, you discard and draw, as long as you have a Kagero Vanguard. So really nice, good support card for Kagero. So it gives you a little bit of reliable draw power without sacrificing too many resources. And it's a 7k booster, so really, really good solid card. You have the 2 Bahrs. Now the Bahrs, now AK boosters aren't really too essential in the deck as much anymore with testing, but you still want the Bahrs to put behind like Dauntless so you can hit for 21, or mainly I like to put it behind the end so he can hit for 19, so he can put pressure on any 9k or less rear guards my opponent may call. So that's nice with Conroe is you're pretty much always guaranteed to at least have 1 every game. And then finally, 2 Heatnails. Heatnails is like a really good pressure card and helps thread and boost my opponent's boosters without using Counterblast. So the idea with this deck is you have a lot easier ways to go after my opponent's boosters while pressuring them with Dauntless in the end. So just a really good straightforward pressure deck, as the end always is, but definitely with the new support cards from set 11, it gives you a little bit better utilities to fulfill that. So really, really loving them. And then triggers. Pretty simple, 7 crit, 4 draw, or 5 draw, excuse me, and 4 heal. So 7-5 is always consistent, and simple as that. There's really not much to talk about with that. But yeah, guys, the deck has been testing really well for me. Really loving the deck so far. And yeah, other than that, guys, don't forget to leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, and definitely suggest some matches you want to see me play this up against. Well, other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye!